pilots. Welcome back to Flying High RC Video. I am Professor Pat. We have Jacob back at Flying High RC Videos. Welcome back to Flying High RC Video, Jacob.
How's it going, Professor Pat?
It's going. And as you guys can see, Jacob and I decided to do a 420 video show-off little thing about some of the pipes and bongs. He was generous enough to bring some of his bongs over here. You pilots know on this side of things, a lot of that was Madam Jody's. I really haven't smoked out of some of those, but we have the monster right here, and I just want Jacob to tell you pilots a little bit about that bong right there. So Jacob.
Well, let's see here. This one here I obtained 4 years ago, and just down in California working on an apple farm, decided I wanted a new bong. Asked somebody to give me a ride. Found this, 250 bucks. Been with me since. Lost a piece down here on the bottom because of the crack that it came with,
and I had the privilege of smoking some herb out of that earlier, I believe. And believe me, pilots, when he called it the monster, I don't have the power lungs. You had a pretty good one off that.
Yeah, he tried to take a small hit. Doesn't know what this bong doesn't know what a small hit is.
No.
And Professor here learned that too.
Yep. And surprisingly enough, that bong definitely has that power enough to get those hits. Versus some of these other ones. I told you pilots about this little piece of crap right here. Jacob, I'm telling you, when I see fancy things sitting up on a liquor store shelf, and oh, that's cool, buyer beware, and it just kind of turns out crappy in the end because it was a really nice centerpiece. That's what attracted me to the bong.
Yeah, I get that.
Yep.
This actually has lettering right there behind the sticker. I think it says Mr. Green on it. I don't even remember. I put the sticker on there and said
8+ pilots. It's a good one. That one hits really well. So kudos on that one.
Always smooth too.
And always, yes. And we also have a couple more that he brought over here. Can you?
I got my little foggy forest here. You can't really see it on the camera that well, but there's a tree-like structure in the middle there.
I can see that weird.
And the water was actually down here, so the water comes up and there's 4 holes that cycles through and comes in through there. Why? Hence the reason I call it foggy forest, because it looks like it's getting all cloudy and stuff.
It does.
And my wife got me that one for my birthday. I think it was a $60 piece.
Wow.
But she hasn't told me for sure, but
wow.
Birthday present. I'm not really supposed to know anyway.
Oh.
And then I got I call it my Gandalf pipe here.
It looks like a Gandalf pipe. That's perfect right there. That's a good character.
This one I got from a buddy out in California. I was telling him how I wanted one, and he had wanted one himself. And doing deliveries for the apple farm, working on it, he saw a couple of these and went ahead and bought me one.
Wow.
Yeah. So it.
Sometimes I hear pretty good on.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You got to pack it real careful to get it to continuously go. Like if you want to just sit there and puff on it.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, you got to light it constantly, and that kind of sucks. But it's a work in progress.
Well, there you go. And as you pilots can tell, it is a work in progress, especially when you have this much stuff displayed. All the containers that you see are all the ounces and the quarters and the halves I've had in my past few years when it comes to buying this stuff.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
And I always end up losing mine.
But that's okay too. You want some, you can take some of those because they're empty, and I'll give those away if you want some.
I could probably use a few, yeah.
Yeah, because I got a lot, and it's pretty much seems to grow all the time. But I suppose I haven't really tried some of like the glass pipes. How do you feel about like smoking out of glass pipes versus smoking out of a bong?
Well, when I first started smoking, I liked them a bit more because, you know, direct hit and everything. But over time smoking, and it just kind of hurting the back of my throat and the lungs and stuff. I don't mind smoking out of glass pipes, but I do definitely prefer my bongs. I do quite enjoy blunts as well. I won't deny that.
Blunts, I haven't really tried a blunt. I have smoked from a blunt before, so I'm not. I don't know. I've never been a joint smoker.
That's a cool little piece right there.
This one?
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about right there. We caught that on video, live action, because we just lost. We had a fatality just about 2.5 seconds ago.
Sorry, Pat.
That's not your fault. That's mine. I should have known.
Here's one of the pieces here.
I don't even want to look at it. We're going to have a burial at sea. So that's the risk that you take when you have 100 of these things, but good thing they're cheap.
Yeah, next time I'll have to bring my collection, and since you lost one, I'm sure I can.
Wow, that's even going to add the thrill to watching this video, you know that, right? It's going to be something, but that's what I was talking about, pilots. This is the whole idea, like when you're passing your bongs and your fancy parts around in parties, or you're letting other people handle your stuff, it just happens. And I've seen a lot of that, and that was just a prime example of OMGs. I'll have to replace it, but not a big deal. But
It's always an unfortunate thing when the pipe goes down.
So I guess I'm gonna sign off with that before something else breaks. And remember, pilots, this is January 2025. We're going into our new year with Trump and the 4th.
Yeah, that's the 4th.
Okay, there you go. January 4th of 2025.
Yeah.
That's kind of hard to say. 2025.
2025.
All right. Well, Jacob, thanks for participating with the whole Flying High RC deal and the bongs and the pipes.
Pipe there.
It was kind of a sad moment, but we'll just review the video and we'll see what happened. It's not a big deal. I think it's kind of, it's just not a big deal. But anyways, we got to sign off. All right, Professor Pat, we got Jacob. Catch you pilots in the next video. All right, man. Later.
That was mine.
No, it's not.